BMW gave you the G8X and ADRO gave you the facelift it deserves. BMW launched its G80, G82, M3, M4 in 2021, and it was a hugely controversial design, especially with the front. After 5 years, it's a love and hate. A lot of people got used to it, but still there's a lot of hate. So what we decided at ADRO was to do a facelift for the G8X. There is a reason why people think this front end is so controversial, and I want to break it down to you. What I think as a designer is aggressive, but at the same time could be a little bit better. First of all, everybody was talking about this huge vertical grille, which I think it grew on a lot of people. But for me, there was a little bit fundamental wrong parts of this grille. I don't really care about the size of the grille. It's not really about the size, but what really bothers me is that the top of the grille is way higher than the headlamp, which gives it a very piggy look. The nose is sitting on top of the eye, and it's even longer like this. So it gives a very uncomfortable feeling where I think as a sports car, it has to sit naturally and it has to be a little bit more aggressive. And then this surface area where it's unrefined because the grille is so tall and the lights are so low. So you're left with this really blank space of what you don't really want to do. So that was one thing. What I was really not happy was actually the bottom of the car. This jaw is too narrow. All the black is like, it's encapsulated in the center, which makes this part huge, and it makes the side intakes very narrow. And what I always talk about car design, you want to make it low, you want to make it wide as possible because it's a sports car. This whole piece, the body color that goes on the side, kind of destroys that theme to me. It makes it look like this. So this is what I mean with the graphics being too tall and too narrow. I'm going to show you really quick with the tape. I will lower the grille and make it horizontal with the light. Second of all, I would give that aggressive light feeling with an undercut. I will make the grille much higher from the bottom. I will reshape the grille to make it more in line with the bumper. And then I will connect the black all the way. So a couple of things I did with the tape just to see the graphics study. What I did, I lowered the grille about 20 millimeters. I gave more aggression to the headlamps. Obviously, the bottom of the grille, I moved it up to make the grille 2/3 of the size. And at the same time, I lowered all the graphics, the black line, and I made it way more wider so that the stance of the bottom is not so narrow, but it's wide. Also, I taped it up on the side intakes to give that way more width with the black. So now we talked about the stock bumper. So I want to show you what we did on the V1 bumper. It was actually, if you look at the length of this bumper compared to the hood, which is unchanged, is about this long, and compared to stock, it's actually 1.5 times longer than stock. What that means from side view, it means that because extending this line this much, you can actually come lower with the top of the grille. And that's exactly what we did on the V1 bumper. By going lower, it gives it a way more lower stance. And second of all, it gives like a negative, I always call it the skull in the eye, which makes it way more aggressive. Third of all, as I explained on the lower intake, we stretched it out as far as possible to make the car look much wider. And I think it worked in that sense to make the car lower and wider compared to the stock body. Keep in mind, this V1 was developed on a G82 M4 chassis. We did clay modeling on the M4. So for me, it looked fantastic on the M4, but because the M4 and M3, the proportions are so different, we wanted to do something that suits the M3 a little bit more. That's why we came out with the V2 bumper, where it doesn't stick out as much as the V1, but still going lower at the top of the grille, and also having an undercut in the headlight to keep it more aggressive. Now, second of all, the grille is way smaller than stock or the V1, but we wanted to really keep the heritage of BMW grilles. You know, if you think about the grilles, there's only few cars that had this humongous vertical grille. So with the smaller grille, you wanted to keep the heritage of the E chassis, F chassis, and then G chassis minus the G8X to keep that BMW-ish grille on there. Obviously with this, there was a lot of challenges because there's a bumper beam behind it, there's intake here, so we had to come up with this mesh that has to hide all the inner components of the bumper. We made the black way more wider. It really helps, as I always say, in terms of stance. You want the lower part to look wider than than the top so that you get the stance of this way. And also, not only that, we integrated this air intake, which actually does not look wider from the front, but from the side, you get the silhouette where it goes in and out, kind of like BMW 2002 homage, which I think gives a very aggressive look and gesture to the car. We also had to look back at the hood because there were some elements that I wasn't really happy with. First of all, I understand that they want to really emphasize the grille by having this line going all the way. But what was really missing for me, that the center line was stopping here and the outer line was going all the way. So what we did was we wanted to emphasize that even more by stretching this line all the way to the cowl point and also this. And then it gives a very turban look. But we didn't stop there. We actually gave it a line that comes all the way from the A-pillar to here and having vents to have the heat sucked out. So this is the hood where it emphasizes more of the bumper and it emphasizes more of the original shape of the front. This whole hood is made out of pre-preg carbon fiber and the support is all Kevlar, which makes it half as light as the original hood and at the same time giving more durability. We went over the top with the engineering of this bumper. We know that the G8X has an option of an ACC radar and an option that doesn't have an ACC radar, and we wanted to fulfill both needs. So with this mesh, obviously this one doesn't have a place for the ACC radar, but we also made two versions that fit the ACC radar. And obviously all of this grille is plastic mold injected from a steel mold, just like an OEM. So basically you're gonna plug and play to your car. We have the grills, we have the ducts, everything. What I'm really proud of with this V2 bumper is, you know, aftermarket, they usually just take out the foam shock absorbers and then call it a day. But we actually produced our own shock absorber where you can replace this with the OEM. With these parts, everything comes, including the ducts, the side intakes, the sensor holders, the grille, two types of meshes, shock absorber foam. We put a lot of thought and engineering into this to actually make it plug and play. So that was our explanation about the G8X stock bumper versus our V1 and V2 ADRO bumper. Right now I'm in Korea and we are working on a special project for our Honda community, and I'm pretty sure when we reveal this, you guys are going to be super excited. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that post notification. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.